Okay, in continuation with the Pandas series, so in this tutorial we'll focus mainly on the date related uh, values and how to deal with it in Pandas series. So to start with, we just import pandas as PD and numpy as NP. So the first function we are going to use is date underscore range. So basically it generates date time index of different frequencies. So the way to use it is simply just say PD dot date underscore range, and then we specify the starting date. Let's say I want to generate values from 1st of May 2020. So I say start equals to 01 May 2020, and the end period, that is it should generate up to 7th of May 2020, and I'm specifying the frequency as daily. So the default frequency is daily. Even if you don't specify any frequency, it will consider it as daily, but better to specify the frequency so that it is explicit. Okay, so this will return the date time index which we are storing in IDX. Now in data, I'm just generating the random numbers using np.random.randint. Low value is 1, highest value to be included within this data is 10, and it should be of same size as the size of the index. So I'm just specifying idx.length. Okay, so this will generate data, and the idx is the date time index. Now using these two, we are going to create a series using pd.series, and data is what the data we have created here, and index is idx. So let's see what it looks like. After creating the series, we are just displaying first 5 lines using s.head function. So we got a series which this is the data which is the generated by using this random int function. So this is purely random data, and the index is basically are the values, the date values that we generated using this PD dot date range, and frequency was daily. So these are all the daily indexes, that is starting from 1st of May to 5th of May. We are just displaying here. It is having more data because we are just showing s dot head, so it is just displaying the first 5 rows. Actually, it is having more data up to 7th of May. If I just remove head and I print it, then it will display up to 7th of May. Okay, now once we have generated the series, now we can using the date time index, now we can specify different types of attributes and extract the different date parts. Let's say I want to extract the day part of this particular index, so I just say s dot index and dot date. So it will generate the output in the form of the days. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 7 5 6 7. So similarly the days are extracted. Okay, and now using this we can also put a condition, kind of a boolean condition. So let's see if we want to see only those records which where the day was 2 4 or 6. So we'll say s dot index dot day dot isIn is a function. Again we are specifying the values 2 4 6. So wherever the day of the records corresponding to the indexes fall within 2 4 or 6, only those records get extracted. So we get 3 records and their corresponding values. Another way is to generate a monthly frequency. So we will use the same date underscore range function. We specify start date, end date, and this time we change frequency from daily to monthly. So capital M is for the monthly frequency. Again, we are generating the random data using ran.int and creating a series using this data and IDX, and just displaying the first 5 entries of this particular series. This is it. So if you see here, it is a frequency which is says it's a monthly data, and data type is int32. It means it's an integer data because it's generated using red.int. Now we have this monthly data, and let's say the requirement is to extract data for a given month. So we'll use s.index.month. So it will extract month from each of these index values, and it will compare it to the value that we have specified here in this condition, and whatever records which hold true for this particular condition, those records get returned. So it's only one record, uh, which is this. It is having month as 2. It is returned. One thing to note, when we are using the frequency as monthly, The indexes are generated one index for each month, and that index is having the last day of the month. So if you see for January, it is 31st January, for February, it is 29th February 2020 because it's a leap year. So that way. So it's not the first day, it's the last day of the month by which it actually generates the indexes. We can also generate the quarterly frequency. What we need to do is just change the frequency from M to Q. Again, it's the same thing. So date range we are using start, end, and frequency is changed to Q. Rest of the things are same. We generate a series for each quarter. So again, the date is the last day of that particular quarter. Let's say it's for 2020. So the quarter is the first quarter ends on 31st of January, the 31st of sorry March. Next is June, the last day of the June, then September, then July. So and we can also see here the frequency is the quarter. Okay, and let's say if we want to generate data using frequency as hourly. So another way to specify is, if we don't want to specify the end, is we just simply say period or date range, and start is the starting date, and we are saying the 10 periods to be generated. Okay, now what should be the frequency of these 10 periods? We are specifying frequency as h, means hourly. So for every hour it will generate one index. And rest of the things are same. We are generating data using rand int, creating a series. So if we print this series, so you will see that this time it is having hourly frequency, because this is what we specified. So 0 hours, 1 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and so on. Now using s.index.r, we can extract r from these indexes, and then we can compare. Let's say if you want, if our requirement is to see only those records which are in the R of 1, 5, or 7, then we'll say s.index.r. Then using dot is in function, we are specifying the values with which we want to compare. Let's say 1, 5, or 7. Then whichever records for which this R condition stands true, those records are returned. So if you see, these records are returned. So 1, 5, and 7, this was the R for this particular day, and the value is returned. Another way is to generate frequency. We can generate 30-minute frequency also. So basically, we can generate data for the indexes using some custom frequencies like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. Okay, so what we just need to do, just have to specify the starting date, the periods, like how many periods you want to generate the data, and what is the frequency. So let's say we run this and we are generating a 30-minute frequency. That's fine. Now, another thing is, we often come across a situation where the date time that we receive is in the string format, and we have to convert it into the date time format, because until and unless we convert it into the date time format, we won't be able to extract the different components of date and time from it. So what I'm doing here is just I'm using the previous IDX which was created in the example, and I'm just converting. So using this list comprehension, just taking each value and converting it into string and storing it into IDX underscore str. So IDX underscore str represents the string value of the date time. Let me just, I think, let me just change it. So this is a string representation of the date and the timestamps. You will see quotes, that's the string representation. Just to double check, we can uh, take one element. So I'm just taking idx underscore str0, and using the type function, I can find out, okay, the type of this particular element is a string. So yeah, so we have string. Now we have to convert a string into date time. So we can use to underscore date time function and specify the string value here, because we have all the string values of the dates stored in the list. So I'm just specifying the list, which is a string list, idx underscore str. So using to underscore date time, I'm converting it into the date time index. So if you use pd.to underscore date time and the object, it will convert the string representation of the date time into the actual date time. Okay, now let's say often we come across a situation where we want to search values between a given time range. Let's say we have created a series S. Let me just quickly print it what S looks like. Yeah, so this is what S looks like. I'm just printing first 5 records. Now the requirement is to select all those records between a given time, let's say 1:30 and 3:30. So we can use a function between underscore time. So S dot between underscore time, and we specify the starting time and the end time. So all the records which fall within this range, both inclusive, all those records get returned. So from this series, we get the records between 1:30 and 3:30. Let's say if we got a list of dates and which are not in our standard format, let's say it's in a slightly different format, uh, then what we can do is we can convert it into timestamp using the strp time function. So what we have to do, we have to just import another module from date time, import date time. Okay, now let's say this is a list of dates which are actually strings, and we have to use these dates and create a new series in which these will be converted into date time and will be the index of that particular series. So what we are doing is we are just using this list comprehension method. So for x in string dates, that is for each x, that is for each value in this string dates, it will go through it, and then it will apply this function datetime.strp time. Okay, this is the name of the function. So x is the value that we are getting from here, that is for each value of this. So it will convert it into the date time. So this is the format that we are giving here. This format means that our input data is in this format. So capital B represents the month in its full name, and D is the uh, representation of the day, and capital Y is the representation of year in the 4 digits format. So what we do is we just call datetime.strp time, the data on which this function is to be applied, and this is the for date format in which the input data is supplied. So the function will understand and it will accordingly convert it into the date time. So what we get here is a series of where the indexes are based on these values, and this is just a random data which we are generating using rand.int. So if you see here, this is the fifth, that is May 10th. So May 10th it was there. So that was a string representation. This is actually the date time representation. So this using this date time dot strp time, we can convert string of any format into uh, date time format. There's another there is another function to underscore period which converts series from a date time index to the period index with the desired frequency. Let's say if the requirement is to convert the index frequencies into weekly basis, then we can just simply say s dot index dot to underscore period, and we specify the frequency. So if you see this date 2020 05 10 gets converted into weekly, that is from date 4th to date 10. So in a week there are 7 days, so it is including from all those days. So from, and the next element is from day 11 to day 17. So in this way we are converting each index from date to actually a weekly frequency. Next is the first specifies, let's say if we want to select first few data based on some frequency, then we can use the first function. Say we have index I, which we are creating using this date range, specifying the date as 1st of May 2020 and the period is 15, frequency is 3 hours. So it means we are generating a date time index starting from this particular date, and we are generating 15 values for it, and these values are at 3 hour apart, that is at a difference of 3 hours. And this is the data which we are generating using the random integer, and finally the series is created. So if you see in this series, uh, since the frequency was 3 hours, so the data that we have, so the index values are at 3 hours apart. Let's say 00, 03, 06, 09, 12, and so on. Now let's say we want to select the first 10 hours, all those records which fall within the first 10 hours. Then we say series dot first, and within the bracket we specify the frequency, that is 10 hour, means within those records which fall within the first 10 hours, those are returned. So these are the records, that is up to 900 hours we get the data. Last means it's just extracting data based on the based on the frequency that we specify, and it's using the last function. So if you want to select data from this series which fall within the last 6 hours, uh, so it will just display only those records which fall within the last 6 hours. If you want the data to select from a series at a specific time, then we can use ser dot at underscore time. So, and we are specifying here the time. So 300 hours. So it means all the records which fall at 3 a.m. Uh, those records are returned. So we have two records from it which get returned. The next we'll cover is the dt.date. So since we are mostly dealing with dates, so this is another important function that we can use here to deal with the dates.